Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been quite a while since I filmed my last video, so I really want to get on here and film a MORPHE x Jeffree Star artistry palette look, which I got yesterday from Mecca. I also have the lip collections and the brushes as well to show you guys. So if you want to see how I created this really nice, easy green gold cut crease type moment going on here, make sure to keep on watching and subscribe to my channel. That would really help me out a lot. Now without further ado, let's just get on with the video. Okay, so I'm going to start with my eyebrows this time because I want to use like a pigment, and I know that if you do your foundation and that first, obviously the pigment's going to get everywhere. Morphe Brow Cream in the shade Java with the Jeffree Star JS7 brow brush for the spoolie, and then for the actual angled brush I use the Zoeva 322 brow line brush. So I'm going to use these three products to do my eyebrows. So first I'm brushing them through. I also thought I was emo and put a slit in my eyebrow. It looks really stupid when it's not filled in. I also have bits of glitter everywhere because I just tested the pigment from the artistry palette and it literally got everywhere. So that's fun. But yeah, so I thought putting a slit in my eyebrow would be a good idea, but turned out I think I'm actually wrong. I begin by just outlining the general shape of my eyebrows. Now you kind of have the general shape, and I'm just going to go in, like, fill it in, like with hair-like strokes, especially at the front. You do not want to make the front like bold and like squared because that is not a cute look. The Conspiracy palette, and because it was like, I think it was like I'm here or something. Yeah, it was like 1 AM. So I got up, you know, at 1 AM and I was like, alright, let's try get it. So I had like all the tabs open. I had like Jeffree Star Cosmetics, Princess Polly, Showpo, Beauty Bay, like all of them open because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have troubles. And they literally all crashed. Like Jeffree's like full on crashed, so I couldn't actually get anything in my cart. At this point I just wanted the palette, and if I couldn't get the Conspiracy then I would want the Controversy and the Shane Gloss and Gloss. But I literally couldn't get anything, so I was like, alright, I'll go on like Beauty Bay. They were having issues. Literally every website was down, so I couldn't get anything like on the night of. And then Jeffree tweeted and he was like, oh, we still have like mini controversies left, so I just got the mini controversy palette. I love the color scheme of the Controversy more than Conspiracy because, like, I don't know, but I can't look at the Conspiracy palette and be like, oh yeah, I can create this look. Like, it's a weird color scheme, like nothing really comes to me. I was following, were any of you guys following the documentary? I was following the documentary and I literally loved every part of it. I mean, I was gonna stop watching because when they did the first episode, I thought like, I was like, oh, this is like, because it talked about how Jeffree had the meet and greet and like how Shane was like nervous or whatever. I was like, this is literally just like an hour of nothing. But then obviously they released more episodes and I was like, alright, it's actually pretty good. It's always so much harder to like do this eyebrow because like I have to reach over, you know what I mean?
Like, bitch, can you be consistent?
But I am heading into year 12 next year, which is kind of really scary. This eyebrow was so much better, oh my god. Now, taking my spoolie, and instead of using eyebrow gel to set them in place, I actually use soap. And my friend introduced this to me, so I'm just going to be taking a bit of the Mara Badescu spray on my spoolie because I'm a bit too lazy to go to the sink and wet it. But my friend actually taught me this trick. So I use the, if you're in Perth or Australia, I don't know, I use the Pears soap. And I wet my spoolie and I just go back and forth a little bit. Just get a little bit of the soap. And then I literally like brush through my eyebrows the way I'd want them like to stick. And like it literally sticks in place the whole day. But like if you didn't have eyebrow gel on you, this is like an awesome alternative. Okay, so now for eyeshadow, the most exciting part of this video. I'm going to be priming my eyelids first with the MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre. I'm just going to take that on this Morphe M334 brush. Just dabbing in lightly. I say lightly as I literally get the whole pot. And just, oh wow, I got way too much. Morphe X Jeffree Star Artistry palette. I'm so excited. I got this yesterday at Mecca Maxima because they just got the collection in. And I saw it on their Instagram and I was like, whoa, I need that. So I kind of had a little bit of a splurge. And kind of went ham and wanted everything. But I'm broke. So I got the palette, the main thing that I've actually wanted from this collection. In all her glory. You can see my tripod and my setup there. That is so cute. But like, look at her. Look at all those shades. That's the pigment I'm going to be using today. It's literally so pretty. Oh my god. The shade called Drive Through is literally like next level. Like, look at this. Like, are you joking? That is so pretty. Oh my goodness, I mean, why am I crying? Oh, look how pretty she is. Okay, so I just want to get straight in. I also have the Jeffree Star X Morphe brush collection as well. The 10-piece eye brush set. I've used them before, like this is not a first impressions or whatever review on the brushes. They're really, really good though. I love the spoolie. That is especially so good. And I've been wanting a new one for ages. JS5 brush. And I'm going to be taking the shade Wake and Bake. And I'm going to be kind of using that as a transition shade. Just to kind of put through my crease as like a nice base for the green look. I feel like such a beauty guru now. I have his brushes, his palette, the attitude. I'm just kidding, but like I feel like such a beauty guru. I feel like I've officially made it, y'all. Jeffree Star is one of those beauty gurus that like people love. They either love him or they hate him. We've got so much to say about him online. Like, oh, he's racist, he's homophobic. Blah, 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 blah. But like, I think he's one of the most hardworking beauty gurus ever in this industry. Like, he is so hardworking. Just like through like the documentaries and stuff. You can't deny he's like a businesswoman. And he's also so fucking talented. Like, I love him. I will constantly suck out of his asshole. I buy everything he promotes. And that's probably why I'm broke half the time. But like, it's Jeffree. It's like I justify it. I'm like, yo, I love Jeffree Star. Let me buy everything he promotes. I love him. I think he's great. He's my favorite beauty guru by far. I'm sure, as you can probably tell, because I'm not on his PR list, so I have to buy everything myself. Oh my god, first world problems. But like, I'm so glad that Mecca's finally got more. Oh yeah, I'm so glad that Mecca actually is stocking Morphe now, because I actually love Morphe. I think their products are so great. I also bought the 3503 Fierce by Nature palette as well, like a couple weeks ago, and that's so good. I like love it so much. Green, you know, I've been obsessed with greens lately. As I'm sure you can tell, my last look was green. I don't know, just when I look at this palette, I tend to gravitate towards like these shades here, the green shades, the bottom kind of row. The JS9 brush, it's like a different tapered blending brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Nate, this like really bright green here, and just dipping into that. I gotta admit, this palette does have a lot of fallout though as well, if you can kind of see. So I'm just make sure to tap off the excess on the outer corner, the outer V of my eye, and nicely blended together. So bad at like doing my makeup and talking at the same time. I can't multitask, so like I have to focus on one thing, otherwise it just ends up a whole disaster and a whole mess, and we cannot have that. I also want to use the shades from this palette specifically rather than going and dipping into like other palettes to create a look, because I just want to like reveal this little guy and use all the shades from him because it's just so pretty. I'm like, I spend so much time blending. If I put this much time and effort into school, God knows where I'd be right now. The Magic Star concealer from Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the shade C8, and just popping that on the back of my hand. I'm also running out of him and I need more of him because this concealer is the best concealer I've ever used. And no, I'm not just saying that because it's Jeffree Star. Well, like, no. But like, it's really good. It's really, really good. And now I'm taking the Zoeva 226 smudger brush, kind of like a little detailed flat brush, and just going to be cutting the crease. It's so difficult. I'm going to be taking a little bit of the MAC Studio FX powder in the shade NC35 and just kind of almost like acting as like a setter. And now I'm going to be taking the pigment called Millions, this one right here. It's super pretty. I'm going to try turn the brightness down to show you just that one there. It's so nice. It's so pigmented as well. This little puff and just putting it there so the pigment doesn't get everywhere. But I was going to be taking this on my finger as well because it is a pigment, so it doesn't really work well with brushes. It's best like on your finger, and just by initial swatch, like look at that. So I'm just going to be putting that where I placed the concealer. Oh, JS11 brush, and just going in this black shade called Fast Lane. And I'm going to be popping that kind of on my waterline. The JS13 brush, going in with that black. Okay, so now that we've got one eye semi-done, I'm going to do the other eye off camera, come back when I have mascara and lashes on. Okay, so I've come back and put lashes on, did the other eye, highlighted my brow bone, etc. If you guys are wondering, the lashes I've used are the Kiss lashes in the style Gala as well. I usually use Dodo lashes, but I lost my favourite pair of D308s. They were so nice, used them once, put them down, can't find them again. The D150 lashes, these are amazing. I also have a code, you can use my code Mecca by Amber T for 5% off your Dodo lashes order today. It is not sticking down today. It's sticking out and up. I don't know how to fix it. The eyes, I'm going to be moving on to the face. Short photo finish mini primer spray. Ooh. We're going to be taking the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F8. But because this is a little bit too tan for me, I'm going to be taking the Revolution Fast Base shade F7 as well. So I'm going to be combining these two on my face once my primer dries. My primer has dried fully. I'm going to be taking the stick foundation first and just drawing a few lines. And I find that this on its own is a bit too pink toned, so I like to mix it with the darker one as well, just to make it kind of more of a neutral tone. As you can see, that one by itself is way too dark. So beauty sponge and just blending those two out. Just going to be taking my Zoeva buffer brush and just buffing it around my ears and stuff, and the neck, just to make sure everything is blended, because we do not want foundation lines. We don't know cleanliness apparently. Which, yeah, I just took way too much. But, you know, it's literally fine. Okay, now I'm going on top of that and taking the darker one. We're just going to have to roll with it. I had my 17th birthday on the 4th of November. So now I'm officially 17. And I'm still not driving because I don't want to crash and end up in an accident. I don't know, I feel like so many, like, usually everyone's like, oh my god, I'm 17, like everyone's in a rush to get a license. But like me, I'm a bit like, oh, like I can wait, like it's not a big deal. I just don't think I'm like mentally capable yet. Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C6.5 as well. Getting that in again with the same sponge. Under my eyes, taking the Magic Star concealer again that I used before. I love this concealer for under my eyes. It just makes everything so much brighter. And I feel like when you're doing coloured eyeshadow, a bright under eye like really complements it. Just on this eye. Oh my god, I'm actually not excited. I'm a bit stressed out because my school ball is literally next February. I've got my dress. I went to Bali with my sister. I don't know how long ago I filmed, so I went to Bali with my sister. and I got my ball dress made. It's so pretty. I don't want to reveal any details because I haven't really like, I've showed and told like my friends and stuff, and obviously my boyfriend, but I haven't like revealed it to like other people in my year or whatever. But it's so pretty. Yesterday I went to try on, I don't know, you only have a ball once, and I really want to wear a tiara. Like, I'm not actually kidding. I want to wear like a crown on my head to go with my hairstyle, but not really even to go. I just genuinely want like a crown. So I tried it on yesterday when I went to June Love Shop. So it's like this little shop. The Magic Star translucent powder, and just taking that on the lid, and just taking the Morphe sponge. I'm just going to spray it again because I'm literally so lazy and can't be bothered moving. It's baking underneath my eyes. Oh. That is so much powder that I just literally inhaled. I'm going to be taking the MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC35 and just taking that on the Morphe E49 brush and kind of setting those areas so that they don't get greasy and oily and weird. Because I'm currently on exam break, so I go back to school not next week but the week after. I go back to school for a week to get my English exam back because I only do one ATAR being English. And then I'm off for the rest of the year until next year, and the first week of school next year is my ball. So I need to start booking places and everything like that, because I'm sure around ball season everything gets very busy and it's hard to get appointments and stuff. The Mecca Cosmetica all over finishing powder brush. Oh, there's a hair on it. And dipping into this foundation powder and just powdering. But as I said, I'm only going to be taking this makeup off after I film this video anyway. Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, and I'm going to be bronzing on my face with the Real Techniques sculpting brush. This got blush on it though, so I like to kind of, it's really gross, I know. I kind of like to wipe the excess on my arm before I decide to go in with it and just start bronzing everywhere. As I was saying in my last video, or not my last video, the video before that, I love the look of like a bronze forehead. But now that I have bangs, you can't even see it anyway. I like my brow bone as well. I just went in with a mixture of shades. Welcome, which is this one here, and then I mixed that with Rolls with it as well. So those two shimmers just to highlight my brow bone. But with this look, I think I'm going to be taking the, is this the right one? Yes, the Morphe Blush Trio in the shade Pop of Rose. And I'm going to be taking the shade called Legendary and then topping that off with the middle shade called Driven, which is like a really nice blush topper. The Driven shade is kind of like a dupe for the NARS Orgasm blush as well. Kind of looks similar to that. But I'm going to be popping that just on the apples of my cheeks. I love blush quite a lot. And I'm also going to be taking some on my nose. I don't know, I've been doing it lately. I'm just like an eagle, whatever. But like, look, it's so much cuter and it brings the whole look together. And sometimes I put too much on my nose and it looks like I've just got sunburn or whatever. But you know, we rock it. Blush until I literally look like a clown. And just topping that off. I don't usually wear highlighter on my cheeks because, as I said before, I do get really oily, and this kind of acts as a highlighter anyway. JS12 brush, and just dipping into the MAC Hyper Real Glow highlighting palette. Taking a mixture of this shade and that shade of my nose. Just do it on my finger as well. Until I literally look like Rudolph Buttwee Rocket, and then taking the what's left and just putting that on my Cupid's bow as well, just so I get a nice highlighted Cupid's bow. Now I'm going back in with the Bare Minerals Lash Domination Mascara, which I forgot to mention before. I'm just such a great YouTuber. And just taking that on my bottom lashes. I like to make my bottom lashes really long because I feel like with colourful looks it's almost like necessary. Okay, so now I'm done with face makeup. The last thing I have to do is lips. A really light gloss with like a pearlescent sheen lip topper in the shade Slurp. I got this from Mecca as well yesterday in the Iconic Nudes lip collection. So it's kind of like a really nice gloss with like a pearlescent sheen. That is so pretty. Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray and setting my face in place. Just like fanning that out, you know, when she's glam or whatever. And yeah, this is the final look, and I will see you guys in the outro. So if you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out a lot, and hopefully I will see you guys in the future with my next video. Bye!